45 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Here we go. Look at how things stand at this point. We are positive for both the S&P and the Dow. At this point, you can see the NASDAQ has slipped back into negative territory, 0.1 to the downside, but a nice 0.5% gain for the Dow at this point. Here in Toronto, we're negative as well for the TSX. Bottom end of the board here, 4% to the downside for Bitcoin. Number of individual names making big moves this afternoon. Roku, one of those on some Apple news. We'll talk about that. Lots of little ones making moves this afternoon as well, guys.
We are back, of course, for that fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. We had a lot of activity here. Well, in the morning show, there was some volatility. Maybe not in the market because it's overall flat, but certainly individual names. There is that DD IPO, which didn't have much of a bid until it got to the upper end of that issue price, at $14 range, where it bounced off of it. I only got into it just now because I missed that bounce there. I'm like 99.9% sure Sean has the bounce at $14.12. I'm 100% sure. So it's trying to get back to 15.
How did you know the exact price?
Well, I don't know. It's almost like I can see. I'm trying to be funny, and it wasn't that funny, but it has had some trouble getting past this 1485 and 15 level, so I think scalping it makes some sense. I did get BLIN. I'd have taken it long if it broke 640. I said that in the chat before we came on, but it broke downside. So BLIN heading down. I got the short off of 550 at 544. Only two things I have.
Good job, guys. Yeah, just talking here. Yeah, welcome, guys, to the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. We're here. We're going to be with you for that next 45 minutes into 4 o'clock, and then we'll have our trade of the day. Members only chat has disappeared. So right now we are going back to normal chat. You're going to have to be a subscriber to chat, not only on this show, but also going to be on the morning show as well. Subscriber only. So we're going to go back to that off of, some feedback. So DD right now, I like this trade. I tweeted this out. Thank God we were, oh my God, I'm going to pull my mic out. There it is. It's all good. I've got this. Okay, so we were in meetings all day, and we were watching DD, and we could have swung back here and traded it. I did want to take the opening print, which would have been okay initially, but then as you can see, man, just faded all the way off, which is kind of funny because my friend Jim Cramer there talked about wanting to buy DD on open and thought about, being good valuations and whatnot and blah, 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 yada, 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 all the way to the downside. We take advantage of that. We wait for it to step into 14. And as Neil said, now we have 14.12s. We did initially have 20s, which is right here. There's some size there. You take it now if you want. All the way out back into this consolidation level of 14.90. So we were able to make a little bit of money there on the long through DD. Only one trade there today. We're buying Palantir. It's at 50. So we've been buying some down here when it's sub 50. It went all the way to 62. We didn't get out waiting for that. That's going to look like that was a mistake as well. But right now we're looking at Palantir. We're looking at DD. And do I own every single stock in the S&P 500? No. But I own the S&P 250. No, I don't own 250 stocks. I own about 30 different names, plus a few in the swing account. So add maybe 40 different names, which I know is a lot, and let alone some Canadian names I own. To say I'm diversified would be an understatement.
Diversify your bonds. That's actually not what
I don't own any bonds, though.
But you know what I'm talking about.
I do, of course.
The Chappelle Show, baby. What I wanted to say was, every time they come into my city, blin, blin. It's not bling, bling, but it's close enough to it that we can drop that line for you. There we go. I mean, we love some hip hop around here, and every now and then I'll say how old I am or show how old I am by dropping the references. Almost nothing from the last couple of years, you guys might notice. Blin, sorry, to the downside. We talked about that 550 breakdown. I was going to take this if it broke 640. I was like, this channel here, I almost don't care which way it breaks in power hour. We're just going to take it either way. We just got some out in front of that 5 even. There was a kind of stacked bid at like 510 here. It's not a tremendous amount of size, but it's enough that it slowed the move down. Not a bunch at 5 even. So I do think it can go lower. I have a bid where it ramped up, right at 930 before it halted. You had a bottom at 465, so I want to put a bid out in front of that one. DD, not DD Gregorius, great shortstop, by the way. He never played for the Jays. That's my team. He was a Yankee, so I probably hated on the Yankees. DD is trying to make that move up. I'm going to scalp a bunch of this out before it gets to 15. It could just be a 15 break as well, so I want to leave some in the chamber to both get more if it goes down in front of 14, but also take a breakout at 15 even. So we're going to bank some profit on the way and got to go to Brendan for the news.
Just saw the Roku again, guys, popping up. Day highs now, once again, 462. Heading up to 463 here. Get ready for an Apple TV button on your Roku devices. Apparently, Apple buying a button on Roku remotes, guys. So big move for Roku here.
Apple buying, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Apple buying on Roku. Okay, so yeah, that's a good news for everything there. I will look over at Apple, and it's not gonna affect Apple, but right now, I mean, how good have we been, guys, on this one? So we'll just go fishing for some profits and hopefully wheel up some chips here. Let's see if we get, oh no, that's a fish, okay. But anyways, AMD has just been a monster trade for us. In our own accounts, we called this long. I mean, when this thing was at 70, I was telling you 100, but it doesn't matter. We're not there yet. Let's wait to see where we go. But AMD off to the races. I do like this long. Let's take a long break here, 94.06. So it's going to happen right now. This is, I mean, if we're going to be into anything here in the close, why not take a name that's just been running all day? I think that's worth it. There we go. AMD, we are now in. That's a good fill there at 07. So again, we just put in the order. It executes on this bump up. If we look, I can't look at a daily chart over here, but let's look over here at a daily chart. We haven't been here in a while, so nothing really to see as far as levels are concerned. There's 94. Last time we were here, maybe 94.40, 95 and change, but here we go. A nice little runner here for us on AMD as we continue to bring you the heat. Up a couple pennies right now. DD, again, guys, thank you for the love on that one. Yeah, that was a great fill for me downside at 12. This is what it looks like, bang. We're gonna sit up here again and see if we get some out on DD, see if it goes to the upside here. And tomorrow we're gonna have Krispy Kreme donuts, hopefully gonna be IPOing at a certain time. But look what time this happened, 12:40. I guess that's not even it, it's over here. This is when we opened up. 118 or so, I guess, on DD today. That's when the volume started coming in. So we'll see tomorrow for Dunkin' Donuts. We'll see how far that goes. But right now, AMD falling off a little bit. We'll check out what's going on.
So I see you guys look at Micron. Like it's nothing. Look, AMD's going to the upside, but I think we talked about this in the morning show. So I'll quickly, as I'm playing this turn, it just turned off of 85 here. We said this with the stockfather himself, Mr. Mark Roberts, and he came on this morning, and MU came up. We looked at this 85-78 range at the top and said, going into earnings, there might be some risk off. And instead, they got the flush in the morning, fair enough, but now in the afternoon, we're pounding up to this upside here. I think that some of the semis are also going as well. For me, I just think you'll have that same scenario again. Like you get up to that reversal high, you just broke 85 by a matter of pennies, so I can stick 96s or 95s, I aim to get 96, and then go to that high of the day, which is, well, not high of the day, but high of the move, 85.08, round up to 85.10, and I just like the turnaround trade. So maybe it will go 2 for 3, but so far, DD's working well. Blinn is still heading to the downside, but that bid at 510 still stalling the move out. Micron, the new position for me, but I'm short on it off of this top. Going into earnings, we're flat at the end of the day, so it's not like I'm putting an earnings bet on here. I'm flat before the close. Brendo?
A couple things. Just saw a Gap popping up, guys. Apparently, they're looking at selling some stores in Italy and France, so worth noting for GPS. There's also Newegg, which is NEG, N-E-G-G, going crazy here this afternoon on decent volume. All-time highs up here at 18 for NEGG.
I wonder if we're breaking on CCIV here. Let's just wait to see. We're up 8% now, CCIV, or how much are we up here? Yeah, 7.5% CCIV. Churchill looking like it wants to go. Again, like big bottoms. We talked about this. My daily chart's not loading, but here we go. Get it going anyways. The high of the day, 28.39. It looks like we're going to take that out right now. We've not been wrong taking these trades heading into the close, so this is another opportunity right now to go long on something here. Churchill, I don't know if there's any news, but maybe it's the whole sector right now starting to go to the high side, and we'll look to see breaking 28.40 here on Churchill. I'm going to take that long, guys.
And there is one from the morning I know you guys are probably looking at. That's QN. If you remember, it was... I mean, yesterday we had like the trifecta of the 100% club, QN in the 100% club for today. All three of those other names, I don't think they fared as well. I mean, wasn't too active in any of them, although we did. And we'll get to Zila. We'll talk a little bit about Zila as well. But QN, it's been a fantastic ride, but there is a slight downward wind here. I did have one long and a dip buy, and then the breakout stunk. Since then, I've been looking for it to retest 9 even. It's just been like really, really violent into that play. Like it gets up to like 887. I'm looking for 9 to 925, which is the current high, but it is sliding back in every single pop. So I am still looking to see if there is a shortable pop here. It doesn't look likely it's making that breakout, which I thought might happen at 9 or 925. Until it does, I'll play out short any kind of a pop. It just hasn't done much of anything. I think there's a chance that you could get a move. Only 35 minutes to go. The three I have on are all moving. That does include DD, which, again, it tried to get up here. I got like like 2 cents away from like my offer there in front of 50s, and then it's turning right around. So I mean, the momentum's with it. That 14 reference price is going to be a pretty solid and interesting one that I think should hold up. It doesn't mean it can't trade below that price. I have a stop order to cover myself on the backside, and I can't talk about Blinn without at least acknowledging if there was a buyer at 510. There's now, other way. There's now a buyer at 5 even on Blinn. This is what I needed to break through here. Once it does, I'm on the other side of this. So the momentum, I figure there's probably some stop orders that'll trigger it at 5 and take you down to hopefully this level 460. I'd like to get some out here, but this one was worth it in either direction it went. It went south side, I went short. It's been a great day trade here. I probably have not been active enough in Blinn. Part of that's because we're all over Virgin Galactic, which stick around at the end of the show, because we will have a trade of the day, and it is on Virgin Galactic. We'll go over that in a little bit here, but the 3 that we have on, we like. Micron, only 10 cents in the money, but it looks like a little bit of a reversal at that top. Going into earnings, keep in mind, so not holding this past the close, obviously.
So we got a nice little win on for Churchill. We did take that 40 break. It's up to 60, so that's 20 cents right now. That looks like it wants to, I think it wants to go up anyways. We'll wait for Churchill to come back in, but we did kick out some there at 60, so that's a good run. 42, or what am I long at? 44 to 60, so not bad. We'll wait for another little bump upside now. And again, when we looked, we had a problem with the chart, so now we have it back up. When you look here, 29, that's great. We stopped on there before, but that was 29.22. So let's see if we do break above 29. But hey, man, these are the names you got to look at when you come in, at the close. We got a nice little runner on DD here. We'll talk about that. There it is right there. Although trying to get more if we come back near 14. Let's see if there's a wall at 14. I'll show you the size when it comes down. There's a big order there at 16, but when 14 comes, we'll see a little closer look at that one. Palantir's fading out. AMD, I'm trying to reload this if we could get down here into the 80s, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. It looks like we may have taken the top there on AMD, but that could still come in. We're waiting for it to break through 75. If that happens, then we're going to be out of this trade. Look to average in on this. We want to play momentum to the high side. Other than that, we still got a small SoFi. You see that. That's still from the morning. And then a small Mr. Uber. What's up, Brandon?
BRQS, guys, one from this morning. In fact, it was just 180 to 2, I guess, was the level I was looking at this morning. This thing's done absolutely nothing all day. Just go completely sideways. It did hold that nice gap from yesterday, but just broke 150 there. Big pop on volume for BRQS.
That was a good one this morning. It looked just like B square, only like you just transposed the symbols there. But we'll go this. Blinn breaks that 5 even. We're able to get some up in the 480. So a quick 50 penny winner there, just a little bit more. I'm still hanging on to a piece of this. I think we can get to that low of the day. The trend is pretty clear. Halts to the upside, rejects that 8 even. It's been coming downside ever since. I did get the first bit out of Micron here. So that reversal looks pretty good so far. Again, pick relative strength and weakness off the open. It was pretty clear what was going on with Micron at that 85 price. So we step right back into it. There's a daily level of resistance just above here. That's why you're getting some kind of failure. Maybe we get back down into VWAP, but Micron coming into earnings and the imbalance is at 350. Month end as well, there's a decent chance you might actually see a movable imbalance, and in that case I wouldn't want it necessarily going against me. So if I can get this out for close to a 50 to 70 cent winner without having to bother with 350, I will just take Micron off. Not worried about that with DD. It's like 14 breaks, or I could care less. We'll hang on to that one for sure. QN just made a move to the downside. So, I kind of said I was looking to short it if it popped to the upside. I didn't really have a breakdown idea. It's now taking out, not the low of the day, but this 630 is the low since the open. Pre-market, it did have a bid at 6 even and had a nice breakout at that price right before we were right at 9 o'clock, actually. And, that was a missed opportunity. And we talked about that in the morning show for sure. Definitely have to be on some of these because there was a really good chance. The volume was already there in this one, as Sean had mentioned in the morning show. And now that level is coming back into that. It's like 585 to 6 even. Can it catch a bid at that price? That is a falling sword that you have to step in front of if you want to bet on it. So at this late in the day, I don't like it. I'll short any pop that it makes in CUEN, but I don't want to be gambling. This is earlier on in the morning. Maybe I'd take a shot in front of 6, but I want to short this bad boy on any kind of pop.
All right, guys, GameStop right now looking to go through. This day's high. I was going to look at AMC, but it's just not doing anything as much, so we're going to try to find it. And I want to say what's up to Carlos there. What's up, my friend, talking to me about the different platforms and things like that. And yeah, if you're unable to trade some of the symbols that we are, basically, Carlos, you're talking about some Toronto names, just ask your broker. So I know that you're with TD Ameritrade. Ameritrade. So find out from them. The only thing here about GameStop is when I get into this, I got to give it $1 because the spread here, like 50 cents. Right now on GameStop. So I'd like to take it. If we do break the top, that's a big move. I don't know where that $5 comes from. It was from 210, sorry, to 215. So that's a $5 move there. So not sure what's going on with that one, but we will wait. If it does take out that high, we'll take it, man, and we'll see where we go from there on GameStop. And the reason why we choose GameStop is because AMC, I mean, we had some nice winners here today, boom, and then we tried it again at 57 and then got broken at 56.50 when we broke through that VWAP. We haven't done anything since. Good buys down here, though, 55. So we're going to put that in our pipe and remember it for tomorrow. 55 dips, 55 dip there. Nice move to the upside. So again, like I just don't see anything as much as I do on GameStop as I do here. So I just don't like AMC, not AMD. We are in AMD. We're going to wait for that one. CCIV, just to give you guys an update on that, we are going out of this if we break through 28.25. So, you know, we already took that 20 cents or 15 cents. We'll lose that 15 cents on the backside if it doesn't go. Hopefully we can retrace back to the upside. Only a half hour to go here. So, you know, we're walking a tight line here for time, but that's why we're choosing some of these more aggressive names right now to trade. That's like, you know, look at Palantir, doing nothing. We'll average into this if we come down to 26.20, but for right now, we got to find some movers, and Palantir really isn't one of them, guys.
DD probably has nothing to do. Like, it doesn't matter. We just like the beat. You can drop the beat anytime you want, man. That's what we like. This is so. Just so you guys see, I did take some DD out here in front of that 1450. Didn't have to move my offer at all, so I was able to take 47. My price not as good, so I had the quarters. That's only like a 22-cent win. It'll show up as purple. The only reason, guys, because I actually have a stop order already in place, a little bit more aggressive of one, and that works as my sell. So that's why you'll see it coded the other way. But I'm not going short this stock. Through 14, I didn't pay for the short, so if it breaks 14 even, I might decide to short it on the south side of the issue price there, but it's only longs in front of 14. I still have my offers in front of 60, on the other end in front of 75, so I want to stick with that one. Micron looked like it was going to make a bit of a deeper retracement here. It was on its way down. It got to like the 60s. I thought we were headed right down to that 84.50, and now it's trying to bounce back up towards 85. I didn't reload. It only got to about 84.90, and I want to make sure I'm getting something close to that 85 range. But you know, Micron might be worth a bit of a double dip action for me on the short side of the trade. So far, so good. Haven't taken a hit yet. I promised I would talk about Zila. It's always frustrating, of course, for I know you guys when they have those offerings in the morning. This was a great opportunity. Look, if you can't get out in the pre-market when you're swinging and stuff like this, it's going to be a tough go, and that's just the reality. If you cannot trade pre-market when you're holding one of these overnight for a long, you're probably going to run into a lot of trouble because you get that offering. There was all kinds of opportunity to cover this thing at like 350, 360, even down like 330 on the way down. But really, if you're swinging off like a 2 to 225, we were talking about it yesterday, and you had to wait till the open, there was a spike. But everyone and their mother, like, and I was shorting this thing when it got to $3. Everyone's trying to short it into that. So it stalls out at 3 even. That's not a bad return. But if you can trade pre-market, you're literally talking about a 50% gain, and then giving all of that back. Is it dirty that they have offerings? While trade is going on. I mean, whatever. The rules are the rules. They can happen anytime. They can happen while the market's open. So it's just something you have to be aware of if you decide that's the game you want to play in. It's always been that way with small cap stocks. For what's happening now. It's one of our segments in the morning. What's happening now, that same breakout price we sat here in the morning, I actually longed that off the bottom, but I didn't hold it through VWAP. I kind of wanted to play a fade if it got close to 3. It's doing nothing. If it breaks down to like 240, I think that's not a good sign, but you kind of got to hope this 215 down to like 190, that wipeout bottom can hold for another day, and then you might still have some longs for you there. But I don't see much of a trade right now. I just think it's still worthwhile, given that it's held those lows even after the offering. It might have another leg in it. I'll look at it again tomorrow morning off of that 190 to 225.
Okay, so here we go, guys. AMD comes back from the dead. We never got that average in, unfortunately. Where was my bid? 82s. We went as low as, like, unbelievable, 85 there. Should have been paying more attention to that one and got some more shares down there, but we didn't, so whatever. Just making sure. My offer right now, we have an offer out at 17. Basically just trying to break that 15, and then we'll see where we go from there. We are long at 07s, so right back to in the money here on AMD, so that's pretty sweet. We're not doing anything anywhere else, really. Uber, we're just hanging on to this one. And again, why we trade Uber? Because I was thinking DD. I mean, look what happened when DD came out, basically since here, right? 1 o'clock. So Uber just made a nice move downside and then came all the way back. If we were sitting here trading this, I have no idea what happened around 2:30. Maybe Brendan, I don't know if there was some news on Uber, but it really got a lot of volume there around 2:30 on Uber and created basically an up and down. Like that's, you know, like, wow. All the way down, maybe a false story or something. Or unless, is that when DD was making a move? 2:30? Yeah, I guess right here. So DD was, so okay, so that's good. Actually glad to talk about this because this is why we were gonna go long on Uber in case we thought DD was gonna be the other way around. Today. So that's why we sat in this Uber trade. And if I just saw this, again, like I was trading DD, should have gone over to Uber. If I had seen that this kind of action down there, that would have been a guaranteed long for me because I think Uber's in a pretty good position now with the reopen and everything. So I do want to buy that on any sort of a dip. But right now, Uber, I mean, look, it's just right there from our early morning dip. Let's see if we could get back to 50-50 and we'll take this guy out. What's up, B?
A couple of things, guys, about Krispy Kreme for tomorrow. Somebody was asking about pricing for Krispy Kreme. Typically what happens is it happens after the market closes, the day before the actual IPO. So we should get pricing, we would assume, coming out tonight, but they're already saying it's going to be below marketed range. Second point, over on this corner, Chevron talking about selling more of its Permian assets for up to about $2 billion. CBX, some of the energy companies having a nice day here, guys. This one trying to make highs right now.
There you go. One of one of these most stable dividends out there. You guys asking about that BRQS. Apologies because in my head I saw some people asking about the chat and I think I typed a few thoughts about it and like I responded on the chat and in my head I'm like I did say something to you guys live and I went over the chart but I didn't. This was while Sean was talking. So I think I mentioned, and this is certainly true, there's some chop in this 150 to 160 zone, but there's no real bag holders till you get to 180 to $2. So sure, there is a bit of a range where there could be another extended run. I shorted it off 150 this morning. I didn't really do anything else. It couldn't break 125. And remember, like we said yesterday with Zila, and usually with a lot of these, 930 retracement, gap up, retracement style trades, it holds the pre-market low, which it does here off of the open, like 120 or so, and then makes a breakout in the afternoon. That's always a pretty solid sign, right? It doesn't mean I wouldn't short $2 tomorrow, but it certainly means that if you're hanging on from $1, you've got cover to hang on another day. If you bought it on the dip at 125, it's not completely unreasonable. I mean, I would take some profit off because that's a great return. Come on. 125 into 150 on a penny stock essentially. But if you want to hang on to it, you have a decent support level down there now. You know it's pretty stable, and you know there's $1 if you're along 125 and you can stomach 25%. The even buck is always going to be a good one. That's yesterday's close as well. So there is some room to the upside to about 180 to 2 on this name. Although, trust me, I think to be short stepping into it, especially how good and how easy the short was off the open. Then it gave you multiple cracks after. There's like 3 here, and I took one of them. That kind of stinks. I should have had this one, but I was looking at Virgin Galactic off of the open. That's why it's a trade of the day. The opportunity cost of getting into a mover for more shares at the morning is you might miss some small cap ideas like this one, but I don't regret it. It gave you another shot on BRQS. I don't know how much momentum it has right now because it basically broke 150. It's come up like 10 pennies and is barcoding immediately, and it does have a decent amount of liquidity going through it. I know it's done 180 million shares plus, but these levels aren't gigantic. It is slowing down in my opinion, so I don't love it for a breakout, or I would actually have it. DD's the only long that I kind of have and like right now, and even that is running out of steam. Although, after what we saw yesterday, any IPO that starts out weak on the first day, I mean, we just have to start thinking about breakouts on those because, today you had an example of that where it was just an absolute dog of an IPO that had like 3 or 4 multiple halts to the upside. I think that wasn't Qin, was it? I think that might have been another name. But DD could do the same thing. If it hasn't taken out 15 by the close, and we're actually holding 14 tomorrow, and there's a chance for a 15 breakout, that's a must-have trade. So let's see about that on DT. Still a chance that this works right here, right now, but it's starting to slow down and it's 340, and I can't hold this. We can't be holding this into the overnight. Can't hold it past 4 o'clock. We'll just be covering it wherever it is. A chance it doesn't break out of the range. That'll be a disappointment, but it was still a decent win and a good price area to look at tomorrow.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're gonna hold we're gonna hold DT the same way and just wait for get that pop. If we don't get the pop, we don't get the pop on that one. We are now into. Oh, okay. We didn't get it, but I am trying to bid a little bit lower here on our favorite stock of all time, Palantir. So we'll bid a little bit lower into 25.25 and see if it holds. So we're being a little bit more cautious right now because it is the end of the month and there are going to be imbalances coming out. What time is it? Oh, 3:40. Okay, here. Let's check out the Toronto imbalances right now. We're looking for some M's. So we got Rox G here with an M. So that's a nice little sell side Emmer there. Millions of shares coming off, but as you can see, not really affecting the stock. And then I haven't heard of any of these other ones really. Didn't we have Hut One on our show? I think we might have had these guys on our show at one point. I believe this is some kind of a Bitcoin miner or something like that. But as you can see all the way to the downside now, not much there for Canada. So I don't know. We'll see if there's anything coming for the US. And again, imbalances, what they are market on close orders. So you do have end of quarter and you do have end of month today being the 30th. And thank God for everybody living in Ontario. Retail now back open a little bit. You can go into malls now. I believe it's 25% now. Malls open 25%. So
what is a mall?
Unbelievable that I have to even say that. Okay, AMD again, guys, goes all the way down, and again I don't change my order. Like, come on, bro. Are you professional or what? 85 I should have been at again. That's again and again and again. I was waiting at 82, and I even brought it up. And said, why did we just miss that? And we miss it again. So let's see AMD, one more shot here, and we'll see if we're golden, and we'll get that fill coming through for us.
Sean, I got a line for that one. You're like, how am I a professional?
Yeah.
6 O's on the left side of a decimal. That's how you know you're a professional. That's actually a lyric.
You
guys will never get where it's from, so
No.
don't even bother to guess. But I happen to like that one personally, so we'll drop it in. If you get it, that's impressive. I'd shave my head, but it's already shaved because my daughter likes it. That battle, by the way, Sean, you're right. My daughter won it, so apologies to my barber. I'll have to grow a little more hair before I go back to, but I am going back to my barber. I'm a loyal guy. Blinn continues to fall to the downside. With only 18 minutes to go, maybe it doesn't take out this low at $4, but we already targeted this 450 range. And I don't want to do that thing where you look a gift horse in the mouth. Because A, that's creepy and it's kind of ugly, but it's also not a smart thing to do. I'm running out of time. We're already on this trade in the money like 80 cents on a breakdown at 540. And you know, there's kind of bids stacking up every like 3 or 4 cents. And when it gets down like the 60s, they pop it back up to 65. So I want to give it a chance to break 460, but if it hasn't done it in the next couple of minutes, I'll probably just take it out somewhere below that 475 range, lock in at least a 70-cent winner on this bad boy. But Blinn's been a good one, and I would have had it either way. I would have had this thing if it broke to the upside at 640. It was just enough momentum and certainly volatility in this name that it was going to be worth it. So that's what we did over here in Blinn. Still got a piece, and DT not going anywhere. Micron feels like it's going to be a battle. This is part of the problem with the Micron trade is, I mean, if AMD holds the high of the day going into Micron earnings, there's going to be enough people that are, I guess, emboldened in that situation. So as good a level as it looked like, it's not really following through. And I'm going to cover this one before 350 for sure, almost regardless what happens here. Micron's the one I want out of in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we gone out of some of these names here. Palantir, we did average into that one. This is going to be a small trade. We're not doing anything too major with Palantir. Not anymore. This is how we always trade it, man. We took that off the open. We saw the momentum. We missed the momentum. Shout out to Shakib. I don't think he's here. A lot of you guys brought me to this attention this morning when we got some major market on open trade there and some major volume spikes brought this through. We could have got out for about 15, 20 cents. We did not do that, which is fine. I don't have any regrets about that. Well, I do. But then we averaged in here. We took literally, I told you this on the show, guys, 10 times the shares right there that we did right there, which gave us an easy opportunity to get out. And we haven't done anything since here, and then now again, and we're going to hold this back to 26.25. If it breaks it, it breaks it. We're gone. We don't have to hold anything like what we did here. So these are very light positions. And again, it's a little bit, I'm not nervous. It's just we do have those imbalances coming out, so we want to make sure that, you know, we're structured properly for that one. Okay, AMD, I see you. What do you want me to do? Take this out for 5 cents? I mean, I guess maybe I may have to. We are waiting at 17 here. So what's the difference if I take it apart? I want to take out 20% every way up. So I'm trying to make like a dime. Like, so my first is 17, then I have one at 25, so on and so forth. So let's wait to see. If we break through 15 now, we'll cash in. Let's go. There's my, you saw that stop at 17? If you don't print now, then honestly, we're going to have words. Okay, there it is. So we'll go, oh my God.
Oh my God.
On that one, and we finally get that print. So let's go, AMD. We're dropping the grenades for you live on the show. Unfortunately, I should have gotten longer down there, but who really cares what we're doing now? Because we go boom, and we go tick, 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 and there it is. So now AMD right to the upside. That's a nice runner for us, man. Welcome to the jungle. You know, we have fun and games, guys, on here all day long. And bang, there's AMD. Nice little win to end the day here. DD is going to be here as well. We're watching that one. Everything working out for us. Uber, go to sleep, baby. Only in the money, 4 cents on that one. Palantir, SoFi, whatever,
cannon.
man. We've talked about SoFi over and over again. This one,
cannon.
we're going to wait for that to break through 19. Give it to us, Mr. Wickeds.
Just looking at some of the cannabis names, guys. Tilray having a nice day, up 1.2%. Trying to hold 18, which is kind of in line with these daily chart levels. But I was reading a story here basically saying that the Mexican Supreme Court has struck down a law that criminalizes the use of recreational cannabis. So Mexico possibly making moves towards legalization, guys.
Like Mexico's legalizing cannabis?
It's over.
Wasn't it already legal? I mean, look, Mexico, honestly, they should have done that a long time ago, and I don't know. Welcome to our Mexican friends if you're there, but from my understanding, it was like a drug cartel like everywhere in Mexico. That should have been legalized a while ago. Therefore, you wouldn't have to worry maybe about some of that drug money running around there. But anyways, I relieve my comments on Mexican drug cartels alone. I only know it from like Netflix.
True that. Look, if AMD broke the top, I said I was probably going to cover Micron before 350, but you're taking out tops in the leader. I'm just going to get out right here. It'll still end up being a winning trade, but I'll cancel my stop order because I don't want to go long. I also got out of BLIN, so the party is over there. Look, I took it at 460, said if it didn't go right away, I want to take a few shares out. I still got DD because it's holding that 14 level, but I'm long at 26 here. Now, I could add, if it dips to 14 and gives me like something below 14.10, I can add to it, but it is literally not moving and not doing anything. So DD is the one that, a level like this, you want to give it a chance, but the longer it holds here, the more it might be a tomorrow type of idea. And I think that's one of those things you can sort of lean into. The reference price being 14, it doesn't matter what it used to be. This is the reference price. The issue price doesn't matter like it used to, especially on some of these IPOs. It used to be a really, really big deal, and you'd get these redonkulous stacked bids in front of those levels, and then you could defend them at will. Like if you were a day trader when Facebook had its IPO, and I'm not even exaggerating this, the single easiest trade that I've ever made in my entire career was the Facebook long when I think it was Morgan Stanley was holding the bid because they just didn't want that thing to drop below that price. And it was insane. They just kept reloading it, and all you had to do was hit the offer when it went. It really didn't take much, and if you missed it, you hit the next offer. And if you missed that, you hit the next one. It was a winner. You're probably not going to see that in DD, so we want to see this 14 hold, and it could be a breakout style trade at 15 tomorrow. I'm hanging on for the winner. The shorts have been all good. I wish there had been a better trade for you guys on that Zila. I know you guys are looking at it. I just haven't really seen much of anything. It's continuing to look pretty weak. Might not even hold that 225 at the rate it's going.
So guys, yesterday we gave you NIO as a swing trade, and you see what that's done today, obviously, from yesterday. You know, it turned out to be a big trade there yesterday, 50 up to 53. That was a good one there. I don't know what happened to my data going backwards there. That's not going to be good for me, finding some data. And you know what? So I don't think a horrible play, and again, just because of the way this is holding out, let's just floss it off because first of all, AMD has been just a monster there in this afternoon. But I like AMD actually. I think it can come out tomorrow, have another big day. You're up pretty huge right now. If you look at a daily chart, and again, I'm not I haven't done enough work to recommend like a Zila or anything like that on a swing trade. I just, and I know this is too expensive AMD, but like we've broken out a long ways here on AMD. So I do think that they want to test upside $97, $98. I don't know, like tomorrow, I would be surprised if we see a 96 handle on AMD. So I don't mind that also. And another name that I think is a little bit beat down over the last couple of days, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I've recommended it the other way numerous times, including when I said that $60 was a definite short. But why not Virgin Galactic? It does make a nice bounce back today. You can see we were short and out and out and out. We did short the top at that point, but it has held. So there's a lot of easy opportunities for this to come to the downside, and it's not really doing that. So I don't mind space off of that blowout wick right there, thinking that Virgin Galactic has a chance tomorrow as well. So I like Virgin Galactic and I like AMD. You can hold those to me. But the big trade for yesterday, guys, and I don't know, we got to go over some earnings. I don't know what there is tomorrow. I don't know if there's much. We didn't do anything in the pre-show.
Micron.
But we called, Micron, yeah. So we called, I don't know, we called Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday at 30. And then today, you guys were loving that call early on in the morning when we were able to cash out all the way up to 38. So that was about a 25% call overnight. So watch out for Bed Bath & Beyond again tomorrow. I think that came all the way back down. There's an opportunity for that to go as well, especially if you break through this 33.50 and get going in the aftermarket. So let's watch out for that. So I do like a couple of those plays for swing plays.
Look, I like space, Virgin Galactic. I know we've only talked short for 3 days in a row on that stock, but this morning we did say there is that cluster down there, 39 to 42. Just keep in mind with the test coming up today, you have to consider time because there's a decent chance in front of the test you might see some risk off. You can also see some explosive action to the downside if things don't go well. And I'm talking below that 34, right? So as you get into that cluster, we kind of thought we'd get there today. It didn't. But, I mean, that bottom at 43, that's where I shouldn't spoil too much. It's the trade of the day. You guys can watch it thereafter. Yeah, we got some out of 43 there at the very low. Because we were anticipating that 39 to 42 was going to be a good buy zone, it probably gives you some real support. If you think you can get back up to this, that 55 to 60 range on a positive test play, that would be absolutely true. There's always going to be that much room in the stock. Just realize it's just as risky to that downside. That's why I like that target area 39 to 42. I wouldn't let it go past that on a swing, but that's just me. I might be more risk averse than most. Only one thing I got left on, Sean does have the entire SP 500 long right now, is DD. I know Sean has some other positions. DD is starting to come right back in. You don't need to see a longer time frame chart when it's only been trading a day. It's now testing his quarters again. The higher low it put in where I got long was at 14.25. I'm long at 25 half. It rounds up to 26, but it hasn't broken this just yet. No matter what, I'm not waiting for 14 or 14.10, which is the current low, or 14 even to break. I will probably just cover this in front of that. It looks like the momentum might be done with this name. The break, if there's going to be one, could be off the open tomorrow. It could be pre-market through 15. If we hold this 14 and our shot is going to be 15 long tomorrow, or maybe long in front of 14, I'd take it in the pre-market if I get a chance. That's for sure.
Yeah, we're going to get out of DD now because, like we just said, we don't have a choice. Okay, where is the imbalance locator? I think I've lost it. There it is. Okay, let's see what's here on the size. Ooh, Cloudera. Oh, Apple with a nice little sell here on the 1 minute interval. Let's see how that's affected the stock here. A little bit of a move down. Remember, these come out at 350, so we're a couple minutes late on these moves. Apple, BNGO with the sell. Is that affecting Bingo? Let's see, a little bit of a move down, but nothing major. General Motors here on a buy. Let's see if that's doing anything to the General Motors stock. A little bit of a bump upside there. Not much. Oh, there's DD. DD on a buy. Okay. Hello. Some nice size now. So we got to cancel all of our orders on DD and just get out of this one. I wish we didn't have to do this, but we do. I would love to hold this thing into tomorrow, and I think that's not a bad play. But remember, man, some of these recent IPOs have been pretty... So there might be a time to get these a little bit later, just like we bought recently Coinbase at 231. Sometimes you got to wait for the dips. Brendo.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning, guys. Last day of the month, last day of the quarter, last day of the first half of the year. So a lot of shifting around possible at the close tonight. But here we go. Let's have a look at some earnings coming up after market and before the open tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go Yum China. Let's get some KFC up there
Walgreens.
for Yum China. Let's go Walgreens, Boots Alliance there. WGA, a big Dow component as well. And then right in the middle, Micron. So I wouldn't swing any of those, in my opinion.
Well, Walgreens is not the type of stock for swing, but it is worth noting it is one of the best performing names in the Dow of the year. So I only know that because, let's be honest, Like a lot of things that I know it because Brendan said it this morning. That's just a simple reality. But look, when we talk about no opportunity there, look, it's been a good performer, if only because of the bottom that it had into it, guys, and the timing of that bottom, because it was still around those lows to begin the year. That's the lack of recovery is part of the story, and it's been doing absolutely nothing. If anything, if they disappoint, a rollover trade might be the more enticing thing there intraday. It'll be on my watch because anything that has earnings when you get to the end of earnings season will be. But I covered my DD because, like we said, we absolutely have no choice but to get flat. And why let it go all the way back into 14? I mean, it was sitting there basically break even down at 25, so I covered at 23. It'll be a very small win, but I think it's going to be a good one to watch tomorrow for sure. I think that breakout should be good at 15. I'll be able to take it, hopefully, if it holds its 14 level by tomorrow, I'll be able to take that in the pre-market or after the market open, guys.
Okay, so we just covered our AMD. It was a good trade after all. Some nice moves all the way up to 28.30, and then the rest are just headsets. We just cover it now. I don't want to have any more risk. We were going to take it out if it broke through 94, but we were already in the money at 07, and I mean, whatever. We'll take 6 cents and run away from it. It's fine. We'll wait for that to come through. Now, it looks like the imbalance is not really going to affect this at all. No real volume spikes on any of these imbalances either. So we'll wait for that now. Might be a mistake, but I don't think so. Out there, the last 2 pieces there at 15. So good out there for that. DD, we covered everything now. Uber, I just got to get out of these. Uber, SoFi, they're so small. I mean, that's why I'm not stressed. I was really hoping that Palantir might have done something. We still have that order to wait for 25, but again, on the imbalance, it doesn't look like Palantir, if anything, might have been a sell right to the downside. We talked about that today. If you watch on the sticky note, guys, it was Palantir could be under pressure today. We talked about that, so no surprise there. The early morning bump did get me. We were surprised about that, but then the theory that we had about it being under pressure is correct. NASDAQ only down, barely down, and Palantir down that 1%, so we pretty much hit that one out of the park there. So let's wait to see where we go, guys, on all of that. Someone wanted the hot dog cannon. I don't know which cannon you mean, if you mean me firing off the hot dogs, or do you simply mean this cannon where it comes right for us, and then we have to avoid it. There goes, ooh. That might have hit Neil in the forehead.
You guys always do that. Like I kind of knew it was coming to me, and I still wasn't able to dodge it though. The fastest production team on the planet, because you guys are on point. Obviously, you guys can see that. That's why it's a lot of fun. They make us look good, they make us sound good, and they have a lot of fun with it. Just if you guys are watching a few of these guys, Blinn, a very, very weak stock. I had no chance there. Well done, Sean. No chance. No chance in hell. That's what you got. Vince McMahon. As it break towards the low, this stock looks like an absolute dog. It's going to break that low of the day. I had to get out because we have to get flat. This is one that is 100%. It'll be on the radar tomorrow, but I don't think it looks very, very bullish. Watch out for that 4 level. That's your last line in the sand, I would say.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's been a really, really fun day. Where's that one I could throw a pizza to, Neil? I don't remember where that one is anyways. But we'll be barbecuing up some profits tonight. We had some burgers last night, although it was raining on us. We were still able to get that barbecue done.
In that weather?
Yeah. Well, hey.
Hey, dude, I was staring out my window. It was like torrential downpour, like wind blowing stuff over. There's like buildings going down. Well, maybe it wasn't that crazy.
Hopefully
That's a horrible joke. I shouldn't have
down.
made that one.
Yeah. But my barbecue's grounded, and so we hit that up. Anyways, okay, guys. With 3 minutes left, Uber, upside here. We still have that trade. We're out of the money, 12 cents. Nothing really to go on that. Just to try to see if there's anything moving here at the close. I don't really see anything too significant. Cloudera, Pfizer on the buy side, but 1 million shares into 15. Not really going to do anything. Although that's a nice little move up there for Pfizer. Check out on the daily chart. Not doing much. We talked about vaccine plays. Right now, we don't love them, and the only one I did like was Moderna. Those of you that watch the show know that. So that's been a good play today. What's up, Bren?
One note quickly, guys, before we get out of here. Shout out to Jeff Mendel, VP OTC Markets, sent us a note about this early this afternoon. But yeah, it looks like Hertz, guys, coming out of Chapter 11. So OTC keys ready for tomorrow, possibly, for Hertz.
Oh, baby, that'll be a big one. You guys, a lot of you probably remember Hertz for when, before the delist, when it was absolutely nuts. But we can certainly tell you, trading it on the OTC is ample opportunity as well. So we always look to try to find tradable opportunities. I know not everybody can trade OTC markets, but if you have access to it, there is liquidity on links, and that's the only gateway, which is like trading in a normal equity. So that's why it's important to understand the market. That's why we bring Jeff on here to explain it, so you guys have those opportunities to you. I mean, it's fantastic. We have a lot of resources available to us, and we love being able to share that with you guys so everyone can do better and learn and make more money. That's what it's all about over here. With only 1 minute to go, I will remind you guys, stick around. There is that trade of the day. We'll go over. I mean, Virgin Galactic was like the easiest short for 3 days in a row. There was another one today. We do both think, I mean, after that bounce that it made, I mean, it looks pretty strong. It's still down 2%. I think, oh, my daily chart wanted to freeze. I still think there's that room to the upside. That 39 to 42 could be support. Let's see tomorrow's action. It's got a lot of room to that ceiling, and the resistance is at 60. But it's been a fantastic one there, Sean. I just wish it was more than just Micron, because I don't think Walgreens is going to be an exciting one for earnings.
Yeah. And just this is HTZGQ. I knew about this. I look at this every day. Good volume today. Come on, pink sheets. But this move has already happened. I don't know if it's going to list tomorrow or the next day, but Brendan just gave us that news. But look at this move, guys. Already up $1 in about a month and a bit. So there goes Hertz to the upside. We'll watch that tomorrow. But there it is, upside HTZGQ, baby. With only 5 seconds to go. Let's
I forgot about the countdown. I was slow on my board. So it's 3, 2, and 1. Ring it now, Miss V.
And we down. CCID with a nice little run at the end of the day as well. Let's check back in with Brendan and see how we finished up this quarter.
We are actually in positive territory here. My board is a little bit stuck, but hey, we'll show it to you anyways. Why not? There's positivity at the top end, guys. 0.18 for the S&P, the Dow 0.6 to the upside. NASDAQ did come back up right at the close, so we'll double check on that one, 0.08. But yeah, Bitcoin 3.8 to the downside. Ethereum was positive, so there's that. Crude oil, yeah, another day, another gain for oil. What a tear oil's been on over the past couple of days.
Oil's going crazy. Cardano up to $1.40 as well. So congratulations to anybody that bought that at $1. Thank you to Maggie. Thank you to Lucas. Thank you to everybody today. It's been a good day. There it is. Nice. Yeah, we don't have Rob to worry about there today. He's in the back doing something. Apparently there's some YouTube shorts where people just do crazy things. So we may do some more of that with Rob as he has some good things to come with that.
He's got hidden talents
yet today, but we'll do some more of those.
He's got some hidden talents. I was going to say, Rob has more hidden talents than I think just about anybody. Some of them are interesting. Some of them you guys will probably see and have some fun with. But look, it's been a fun show. Make sure you stick around afterwards. It's always interesting to be able to talk our trades through and teach you guys what it's all about. But we got to wrap this puppy up. We can't stay forever. Wrap it up.
We have the donut video there. Yeah, click on that. Valeria just put that in there. We do have the Krispy Kreme donut video there. Doing our due diligence before tomorrow's release, guys. So for all of us here, Neil has space coming up to the moon, but it's a short. That's coming up very, very soon, the trade of the day. For Neil, Valeria, and Brendan, I'm Sean, your Trader TV Live team. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye.